The cinematic trailer for Once in a Blue Moon is now live, and the next update is now confirmed as Tuesday 20th of June. There's a lot coming with this update outside of that though, of course, and this isn't all the news we got. And yeah, some of it's a little bit concerning. This is a quick video recap of what's going live next week before we talk about the newly announced date for the Atlantic City Expedition. The two new events, Safe and Sound and Beasts of Burden, are of course the main event for the update, focusing on the Blue Ridge Caravan and the two new cryptids, the Blue Devil and the Ogwa. Each event is relatively easy to complete, with a selection of unique rewards perhaps increasing the shelf life for running them multiple times. You can also meet both of them outside of the event, so then being added to the random encounter pool. There's some very easy to complete daily missions too, the Cost of Business dailies, which are also coming alongside those, and they do offer some pretty good Blue Ridge themed rewards as well. Season 13 will also be going live alongside those events. It's a cinematic scoreboard I'm personally looking forward to cracking on with, as I'm definitely ready to wave Season 12 goodbye. Other smaller changes include a new mutation, Danger Cloud, being added to daily ops. It greatly lowers HP and AP of nearby players, and visually appears like a cloud of toxic smoke surrounding the enemy. There's also a handful of new rewards to unlock with daily ops. And lastly, expeditions are now free to travel to once you've unlocked them at the Whitespring Refuge, with stamp prices massively reduced as well. But now on to the second thing, the Atlantic City Expedition. We've talked a lot about expeditions here on the channel, things that could be improved moving forwards, expectations for where we could be going next, and my own predictions on when the next expedition will actually be going live. I predicted that this year will be ending with the Atlantic City Expedition. A big update to close out the year just like Nuka-World on tour, and it was definitely something to look forward to, as I personally think that Once in a Blue Moon isn't the biggest update when compared with previous years, for example. It's definitely a great update, but I wasn't expecting it to be the biggest this year by any means. But it does turn out that I was wrong about the expedition prediction, as Atlantic City is coming next year in 2024. Which on the surface I do think sounds a little bit crazy. Well, unless there's more to it, and we're going to get onto that momentarily. We have a confirmed June update with Once in a Blue Moon, and absolutely nothing coming up for the rest of the year so far. If there's a roadmap or anything at all planned for this year, I really do hope we hear about it soon. In years gone by, of course, we've had a much better indication of what to expect, and I really do think this has been a strange decision not to share what's on the agenda. Whatever you may think of 76, it's still the Fallout IP, with the freedom to literally go anywhere. Definitely share your thoughts though with me in the comments. I'm always interested to see what people are thinking when it comes to 76 and its future. Circling back to expeditions though, we talked a lot about what didn't quite hit the mark with the pit. The missions were structured well, the world space was nice, and it did have some degree of that nostalgic factor. I personally liked searching for the hidden lore and backstory behind these new locations, but you can't really escape the fact, I think, that there are improvements that could be made. Players in general seem to be crying out for a map expansion. They also want story-based DLC content. And the pit definitely seemed to suffer from replayability, and its incredibly similar format to daily ops. So are we going to see some really big changes with Atlantic City? Personally, if we learn that we are, then I'm okay with it being next year. Ideally, I'd love to see a player hub in this new location, better still, even a second map location you could travel to, and do things outside of the missions in Atlantic City, casinos, side missions and the like. And then maybe different regions, where you then travel to do the missions in, perhaps a Pine Barrens map, and then a more urbanized one using the same 2-mission format from the pit. And if we don't, and let's just say the mission format stays exactly the same, and the casinos in the Whitespring Refuge, which someone actually pointed out that those carpets are identical in that photo. But yeah, waiting till next year for that doesn't really shape up that well. I guess what we really need about now is some indication of what to expect for the rest of this year. Is Once in a Blue Moon it? Is there something else super hush-hush that's being worked on? Who knows? Anyway, that's it for now. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking about this latest news. If you enjoyed this particular video, please consider subscribing to help the channel grow. Starfall content is coming this week, but we also post a variety of Fallout content as well, so turning on the bell icon is definitely the best way to stay up to date. That said though, I'm off. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.